Let me know when we can start.
Should start. Can you see, Prabhu?
Yeah, it's called custom live streaming service. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you are. Okay, meeting is now streaming. You are live now, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Oh. So welcome to our Wednesday Krishna Katha discussion. So before I begin, before I begin, Prabhu, did you leave?
No, I'm still there, Prabhu.
Can you make the spotlight on me here?
Oh, you are not. I have pinned you, so that should work. But okay, let me also put you spotlight. Yeah, spotlight for everyone. Is this good?
Yeah, that is good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone for our Wednesday Krishna Katha discussion. So before we begin, I'll do the Mangala Charan to invoke the blessings of the previous Acharyas. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathannitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhannitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayatam Surato Pangur, Mama Manda Matirgati, Matsarvasya Padam Bhojo, Shri Shri Radha Madana Mohano, Anarpita Charim Chirat, Karunaya Batir Nakalo, Samarpaita Munnata Ujjvala Rasam, Sabhakti Shriyam. Hari Purata Sundara Duti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratova Sachinandano Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namaste Jaste Jashe Abir Bhava Vajranakha Vajradramshta Karmashayan Randraya Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Atmani Bhuishta Om Shom Nilachale Nibasaya निताय परमात्मने बलभद्रं सुभद्रं जगन्नाथाय नमो नमः। वन्दे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद सहोदितो गौरदये पुष्पवन्तो चित्रसन्दो तमोनुदो मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna. So we are passing through a very, very auspicious, wonderful time. This is month of Kartik, and just this Sunday is Deepavali, and then next day is Govardhan Puja. So first let's begin with, I'll share my screen. Let's begin with Bhagavad Gita 2.62. You can see here Bhagavad Gita 2.62. Dhayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamo Kamat Krodho Vichayate. It's a very famous verse. It tells that while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. Okay. Anybody want to repeat the verse? Please let me know. Anybody of you want to repeat the verse? Okay. So I'll repeat. Dhyato Vishayan Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamo Kamat Krodho Vichayate. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. And from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. One who is not Krishna conscious is subjected to material desires while contemplating the objects of the senses. The senses require real engagements, and if they are not engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, they will certainly seek engagement in the service of materialism. In the material world, everyone, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, to say nothing of other demigods in the heavenly planets, is subjected to the influence of the sense objects. And the only method to get out of this puzzle of material existence is to become Krishna conscious. Lord Shiva was deep in meditation, but when Parvati agitated him for sense pleasure, he agreed to the proposal, and as a result, Kartikeya was born. When Haridas Thakur was a young devotee of the Lord, he was similarly allured by the incarnation of Maya Devi. But Haridas easily passed the test because of his unalloyed devotion to Lord Krishna. As illustrated in the above mentioned verse of Sri Jamunacharya, a sincere devotee of the Lord shuns all material sense enjoyment due to his higher taste for spiritual enjoyment in the association of the Lord. That is the secret of success. One who is not, therefore, in Krishna consciousness, however powerful he may be in controlling the senses by artificial repression, is sure ultimately to fail, for the slightest thought of sense pleasure will agitate him to glorify his desires. We'll read the next verse also. 2.63. Krodhad bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashati. From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami has given us this direction. Prapanchikatyaya buddhaya hari sambandhi bastuna mumukshovi parityaga vairagam palgu kathyate. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-258. By development of Krishna consciousness, one can know that everything has its use in the service of the Lord. Those who are without knowledge of Krishna consciousness artificially try to avoid material objects, and as a result, although they desire liberation from material bondage, they do not attain to the perfect stage of renunciation. Their so-called renunciation is called phalgu, or less important. On the other hand, a person in Krishna consciousness knows how to use everything in the service of the Lord. Therefore, he does not become a victim of material consciousness. For example, for an impersonalist, the Lord or the Absolute being impersonal cannot eat, whereas an impersonalist tries to avoid good eatables. A devotee knows that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and that he eats all that is offered to him in devotion. So, after offering good eatables to the Lord, the devotee takes remnants called prasadam. Thus, everything becomes spiritualized, and there is no danger of a downfall. The devotee takes prasadam in Krishna consciousness, whereas the non-devotee rejects it as material. The impersonalist therefore cannot enjoy life due to his artificial renunciation. And for this reason, a slight agitation of the mind pulls him down again into the pool of material existence. It is said that such a soul, even though rising up to the point of liberation, falls down again due to his not having support in devotional service. So we read 2 verses. So first one is 2.62. Dhayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamo Kamat Krodho Pajayate. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment lust develops, and from lust anger arises. So you can see how this Bhagavad Gita is giving a very clear graphic picture of how fall down happens. So a person contemplating the object of senses, and this can be subtle also, not necessarily it is gross senses. It can be any assets, money, or it can be power, prestige, etc. So when one contemplates the object of senses, so basically what he wants to possess that object. So then what happens? He develops attachment for them. So the person is contemplating on those objects, and he develops attachment, which is called lust. Lust means we want to have. So we want to have, let's say, more money or something more very nice eatable, or subtle, like craving for respect, to be respected, demands respect. So those things. So then develop attachment for them, and from such attachment lust develops. Lust means intense hankering for those things, and from lust anger arises, because not always that all these are going to be fulfilled, right? So when it is not fulfilled, then what happens? That person becomes angry. So that's why Krishna is suggesting here that Because Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, what? Ki Bhaktaram yagya tapasam sarva loko maheshwaram shuhidam sarva bhutanam gyattamam shanti michati. That who is the Bhakta? Only Krishna is the Bhakta. Bhaktaram yagya tapasam, and he is sarva loko maheshwaram. He is the Ishvara, the controller, the enjoyer of all the loka. Shuhidam sarva bhutanam gyattamam shanti michati. In spite of that, he is Shuhid, he is the well-wisher. Shuhidam sarva bhutanam, for everybody, all species of life. Gyattamam shanti muchati. Those who know this, they will be in peace. If we don't know this, then we will be disturbed, because artificially we will think that we are the controller, we are the enjoyer. And this is why anger, lust, obstructed, unfulfilled lust will give rise to anger. And then the next verse 2.63 describes that from anger, complete delusion, one is totally bewildered. What is right, what is wrong, the discriminating power. They can be offensive even to their most loving or respected ones. Complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. They will forget what is good for them, who is what is their position. They will totally forget. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. Intelligence lost means the discriminating power is lost. What is good for him or the other people, totally that is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down to the material poles. That is a deep fall down. So Srila Prabhupada explained in the purport that is why in the previous purport he explained that is why you have to engage our faculty, our skill in Krishna's service, because it cannot be left blank. It has to be engaged. So, when by engaging in devotional service one gets the higher taste, then then he can easily give up lower taste. Srila Prabhupada was talking in the purport about that. That niraharas dehina raso varjam raso passa param drishta nivartate. That only when one has the higher taste of engaging in devotional service, basically the 9 processes of devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandham, Dasam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So when we engage in chanting the holy name of the Lord, taking darshan of the Lord, prasad, discussing Krishna Katha, then what happens then? Niraharasya dehina raso varjam raso passa param drishta nivartate. By higher taste, we can give up lower taste. So here, in the second purport, Srila Prabhupada quotes this Prapanchi Kattaya Buddhaya Hari Sambandhi Bastuna Mumukshuvir Parityaga Vairagam Phalgum Kathate. That real renunciation is engagement, not to give up, but to engage in Krishna consciousness. Hari Sambandhi Bastunaha. Mumukshuvir Parityaga. But if artificially somebody gives up, that is called Phalgu Vairagya. Vairagam Phalgum Kathate. Phalgu Kathate. There is Phalgu Vairagam, means not the real renunciation. Real renunciation is renunciation of false pride. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told in the Sikshashtakam, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So when one practices this Trinadapi Sunichena, only then they can Kirtaniya Sadahari. They can do Harinam Sankirtan always. So we can see that from the pages of scripture, it has been repeatedly happened. We see the episode of Durvasa Muni. We see the episode of Indra in Govardhan. So these are the examples that when one could be too much infatuated of being respected, or if somebody is envious on somebody, especially devotees, they will become angry, offensive, and eventually they basically fall down from the path of devotional service. That is why in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text number 1, Krishna reminds us, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha idam tu te guihatamam prabhakshyami anasuyabe kyanam vigyana sahitam yad gyatva mokshase subhat. So it says that my dear Arjun, the Supreme Person of Godhead said, my dear Arjun, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge. Prabhakshami anasuyabe bhaktosi sakha, that you are not envious, and that is why you are qualified to hear this Guhyatamam, that this king of all the knowledge, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam, Avitram Uttamam. So this, because Arjun is Anasuya, that he Anasuya, that non-envious. So this is the quality, because if you are envious on someone, ultimately we are envious of Krishna, and one can be, if one is envious of Krishna, that is the originally, if you are envious on someone, that reflects the original envy on Krishna. So then what happens? One is going to be angry and offensive. That is why they will not have access to the devotional path. So we see that in case in Srimad Bhagavatam, in case of Indra, although he was a very, very close, very confidential person of Krishna, especially he was a demigod, a very important demigod. He is the king of all the demigods. He is in charge of Swarga Loka and all the devatas. But so every year he used to get this Indra Puja. And in Vrindavan, everybody actually used to worship Indra. So this is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 24, 25, 26, 27. This 4 chapter, this pastime, this crushing of Indra's pride is described. So one time, all the Brajavasis, they have their annual festival of where they basically worship Indradev, and they were all gathered together and they were arranging, and there come little Krishna, and Krishna is that time very, very small. He's like 7 years old. So Krishna starts asking questions, that what are you doing? So Nanda Maharaj and all the Gopas, they thought, what will Krishna understand? He's just 7-year-old. So thinking like that, they basically ignored Krishna. But Krishna was asking, why you have arranged so much? So is it there in whatever you are doing? Is it there in any scripture, or you are doing just like that for generation after generation? So then ultimately all the Brajavasis, they want to please Krishna. So then Nanda Maharaj, they told that because for the rain we are dependent on Indradev. because Indra provides all the rains. So as a gratitude to Indra, every year we do this Indra Puja. So then Krishna, he basically he talks from the Karma Mimamsa philosophy. So basically he tells that why you are worshipping Indra, because the karma is the supreme. So Karma Mimamsa philosophy tells that everything is like in autopilot mode because of the karma. So you do your karma, and then automatically things will happen. So Krishna gave an example, just like a government official, like he's paid for it and he does his job. Do we need to bribe the government official? So then Krishna tells, then why you are trying to bribe Indra and all? So same applies for demigods also. Like they have their job profile and they will be doing that. You do your karma and accordingly, you will get the result. And moreover, Indra is showering rain in ocean. What is the need of showering rain in ocean? So he's like he has become like a mad person. So if at all you have to rain, it should be on barren land, or where we are doing the tilting land and doing the agriculture. So there you should rain. Why should somebody rain in the ocean? What is the need of raining in ocean? So definitely he's not doing his job properly. So, and why you are worried about Indra? Instead, I would suggest that you should worship Govardhan Hill, because Govardhan Hill is providing all the facilities for us, all the green grass for our cows. It is providing, it is giving cooling shelter in the form of caves, and there is waterfalls, and herbs are there, minerals are there. So we should instead worship Govardhan, who is supporting such a big support for us. So that is what Krishna proposed. And Nanda Maharaj and everybody, they said that yes, Krishna, we agree, because ultimately they want to please Krishna. So they said that okay, we will do what you are saying. We will worship Govardhan, but let us first worship Indra, and then we'll worship Govardhan afterwards. Krishna said, no. With the paraphernalia that you have, same paraphernalia, why waste so much time and energy and money and effort? Whatever paraphernalia you have, with the same paraphernalia you worship Govardhan Hill. So this chapter 24 describes how Krishna used one hill to crush another hill. So he used one hill, that is Govardhan, to crush the another hill, which is the hill-like pride of Indra. He crushed, because this is one thing Krishna does not tolerate in his devotees, the pride. So the false pride, that is so powerful that it goes life after life with us. And because of that, one keeps on suffering birth after birth. Even if the whole world is destroyed, still that false pride is not destroyed. Imagine how powerful it is. Even the jiva enters Mahavishnu's body, still that false pride is not destroyed. The jiva comes out from there and continues. So that's why there is one great saint in our Hare Krishna movement. His name is Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj. He wrote a book called Beggar Series. In that he writes one chapter called Die Before Dying. So what is the die? What is the death? So our false ego should die before we die. So Krishna uses Govardhan hill to cross the hill-like pride. So it described that the pride is such a big hill that because Indra every year he is getting the worship. So this year, when ultimately Nanda Maharaj and all they agreed to Krishna's proposal, Indra became furious. So see, the Brajavasis, they did not do direct harm to Indra. All they did is they agreed to Krishna's proposal and they did not offer worship that year. So he ignored all the previous years that he received worship. And he became super furious and angry. So that is the nature of pride. That is the nature of expecting respect. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells that Trinadapi sunichena, one should become lower than the blade of grass. Tarorapi sahishnuna, tolerant like a tree. Amanina manadena, one should not expect any respect. Manadena, and offer respect. Kirtaniya sadahari, such a person only can all the time do Harinam Sankirtan. To the extent we are not humble, because if you are not humble, then what happens? We cannot hear others. To hear from somebody else, one needs humility. And in spiritual life, how the spiritual life progresses? It is by hearing. Hearing is the first principle in progressing spiritual life. Shabanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So first is hearing. The quality of our spiritual life depends on how much we are hearing, how much we are associating with devotees, and especially direct hearing, in-person hearing, sitting in a class and hearing. So we can see that this year, Amanina Manadana Kirtaniya Sadahari. Don't expect respect for oneself, but give respect to others. So we see how Indra did not get respect and he became furious. Imagine if somebody did not get prasadam and basically he can be upset and maximum he can be angry and he can probably tell something. But here in this case, Indra becomes so angry that he actually wanted to kill all the Brajavasis. So, just like he's acting like a demon. So that is the nature of false pride. It can turn a devotee into a demon. So that is why you have to be on the guard always. So Kunti Maharani, that's why he's reminding us in Srimad Bhagavatam 1:8-26, she reminds us. Janmaishariya Shruta Shrivir Edamana Madah Puman Naivar Harti Abhidhatumbai Tam Akinchana Gocharam. He tells what are the 4 things that can potentially become disqualification. Janma, high birth, taking birth in a very high family. I'm from pious Indian Brahmin family. That can be a source of pride. Or I'm born in a very aristocratic family. I'm born in a rich family. So this can be cause of a pride. Janma Aishwarya, then too much money. That can cause a pride. Shruta Shrivir, somebody knows a lot. Knowledge can cause a pride. And beauty can cause pride. How much pride? Edamana Madah Puman. So it can become intoxicating. It is more intoxicating than liquor, actually. Naivar hati abhidahatum vai tam akinchana gocharam. So when we become akinchana, that basically we can have everything, but it does not mean that we leave all the wealth and everything. What it means is we should remember that everything belongs to Krishna. So one of the symptom, one of the characteristic of humility is honesty. Isn't it everything belongs to Krishna? So who gave the air? Anybody produced air? No, no scientist. Who is giving the vegetables? Anybody could produce even a blade of grass? No. Who is giving the water? It's all given by Krishna. So it's just honesty. So, and being grateful and accepting that. So, Edamana madapuman naibar hatya vidhatum vai. So, out of these four things that can be potential disqualification, out of that Aishwarya can become potentially dangerous, especially the wealth, unless the wealth is used in Krishna's service. But Srila Prabhupada reminds us in 2.63 that it can be Phalgu Vairagya if we just leave everything. Because what can we leave? Because everything belongs to Krishna only. All you have to leave is our false misconception that everything belongs to us. We have to recognize that everything belongs to Krishna and use it in Krishna's service. All these four faculties, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, and Shrivir. So only then that is the real renunciation. So actual renunciation is the false ego, not the external things. One can leave the external things, but still he can be proud. Just like it said, even a beggar is proud of, even a pauper is proud of his penny. Even a pauper can be proud of whatever little they possess. On the other hand, we see that Prataprudra Maharaj, he had everything, but he was a truly humble person who was blooming in front of Lord Jagannath. And that is what pleased Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is when he decided to give mercy. So Kunti Maharani is reminding us, Janmai Sharyashuta Shivir Eda Manamada Puman Naibar Hatti Abhidhatum by Tam Akinchana Gocharam. That is why the highest renunciation is to engage everything in Krishna Seva, Krishna service. So we see how Krishna used Govardhan, Girirajji, for this purpose. And Krishna chose Girirajji to do this Leela. And why? That is a very, very important actually conception. Because Girirajji has few identities. So usually we see in this world there is an identity crisis. So basically if there are 2-3 identities stuck together to a person, there is an identity crisis. But identity in disorder. But in spiritual life, one person can have one or more identity. We see Hanumanji. He was incarnation of Vayu as well as Lord Shiva's Amsha. So he has both. Similarly, we see many personalities, they have two personalities in them. So that is possible. And Govardhanji, Govardhan has few identities. The gopis, especially Srimati Radharani, recites this verse in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:21-18. Hantayam adrirabala haridasa baryo yad Ram Krishna charana sparsha pramodo Manam tanoti sahago ganayastayoryat Paniya suyasa kandar kandamulai. So Haridasa Barga, Haridas. So the Giriraj Govardhan is described by Gopis as Haridasa Barya. Who is telling the highest devotees, Gopis? They are telling that actually Girirajji Govardhan is the highest devotee of the Lord, because from all aspects he is trying to serve. How? First, Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramoda. So Rama means Lord Balaram, and Krishna Charan, the lotus feet, is touching Govardhan and he is in ecstasy. Govardhan is creating seats for them, nice trees for them. Manam tanoti sahogo ganayas tayoryat. So Govardhan has beautiful trees and minerals and springs. Paniya suvasa. Govardhan is providing nice fragrant water, clean water, and roots, kandara kandam mulai, and the caves to rest and do pastime. In fact, one of the reasons why Radharani agreed to come, he said that I need a very nice and intimate place for our pastime. And that is the time Krishna put all his love in one form, concentrated, and that slowly took the form of Girirajji. It became big, big, huge. So this is Radha Krishna's love that expands in a rock form. That is Govardhan. So these are two identities here. One is highest devotee. Second is the prem rock. The Radha Krishna's prem took a shape of a rock mountain. That is Govardhan. And so Girirajji and Krishna himself is Govardhan. We see that in the past time. So that hill became huge, big, so big that it touched the sky, and that descended into Himalayas. So this Girirajji first came as the son of Dronachal in Himalayas. Govardhan Girirajji appeared. And then what happened is then one day Pulastha Muni came. Pulastha Muni came and he was asking Dakshina from Dronachal. So Dronachal, what he did is he knew that maybe Pulastha may ask for Govardhan. So what he did is Dronachal, he hid Govardhan at the back somewhere. So he presented some other small interesting shilas, mountains. So he said, yeah, you can take these things. Then Pulastha Muni noticed that he is hiding something at the back. He said, no, actually I want that, what you are hiding. Then with lot of Dronachal didn't want to give, but still he was afraid that Pulastha may curse him. So he finally agreed to give Govardhan. So then Pulastha started, then Govardhan made one condition. He said, okay, I'll come, but on one condition, that if you put me down somewhere, I'll stay in that place. So Pulastha Muni is carrying Govardhan. Suddenly, when he is flying above this Braj Mandal, he got a nature's call, and it became really loud. It became like an emergency. So then what happened? Pulastha said, for the past 1 year, I have not eaten anything. I have not even gone. There's no need to go to any restroom. Suddenly, why this pressure is coming? So that is how the Yogamaya works, because Krishna's pastime will happen. So then Pulastha, what he did is he just put Govardhan down, and he went and did nature's call, responded. When he came back, then Govardhan said that then he wanted to take Govardhan. Govardhan said, no, we already made a condition that wherever you put me, I'll be there only. So here I am. So Pulastana Muni became very angry and he said, I curse you that every day will become one master seed amount, that much amount will become less in size. So Govardhan just humbly accepted that curse. Pulastana Muni went away. So this happened in Satya Yuga. After Satya Yuga, what happened? Treta Yuga. So in Treta Yuga, who comes? Lord Ram comes. And that time, we all know that Lord Ram was doing this Setu Bandha, and there all the stones are required. So Hanuman was searching for big stones, and he came to find mountain peak. So Hanuman came here and he saw this Govardhan. So he wanted to take, but he tried to lift Govardhan, but he was unable to lift Govardhan. And then Hanuman said, I can take away Brahmand itself, I can take out. I have so much power. But what is this? This hill is not coming. So that means it must be something very special. Then what Hanuman did is he very humbly did a parikrama of Govardhan. So now we have a 21 kilometer, around 15 miles parikrama. So that time Govardhan was very, very high and very wide. So Hanumanji did parikrama. So the first parikrama of Govardhan is done by Hanumanji. And after that, Hanumanji humbly bowed down and said, who are you? Please reveal your identity. So Govardhan said that I am Govardhan, son of Dronachal, and I want to definitely serve Lord Ram. Please take me, I want to serve in his Satubandha. Then suddenly there was a Akashvani. And Akashvani said that oh Hanuman, the bridge making is almost complete and you are needed urgently there. So please fly immediately. And oh Giriraji Govardhan, so now the bridge is complete, so there is no need to serve anymore. You be here, and next yuga, Krishna will come and he will perform pastime on your mountain. So next yuga, Dwapar yuga, Krishna comes, and this is the pastime that's happening. So he uses Govardhan hill to crush the hill like pride of Indra. So at Krishna's request, all the Brajavasis, they become ready to do the puja of Govardhan. So then what happened? Everybody saw that Govardhan, almost looking like Krishna, there are two eyes there is a nose. And what a surprise! It is looking like Krishna only. And then under Krishna's guidance, everybody offered mountains of prasadam to Govardhan. It is said that they offered lakes of dal to Govardhan, lake of sweet rice to Govardhan. So there were different lakes. So there was Govardhan hill, and there was also hill of chapatis, hill of rice, and hill of halwa. So like that, different preparation and different hill was formed, and the lake of sweet rice, different lakes were there, lake of dal, all this was there. And Govardhan became very excited, very happy, because Krishna loves to take the offering. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayachati Tadoham bhakta uparitam asnami prayatatmanaha. That with bhakti, even if somebody offers a leaf, a water, a fruit, I accept it. Krishna is hungry to steal butter from the gopis because he is hungry for the love of the gopis. So Govardhan is hungry for the love of the Brajavasis. So Govardhan, suddenly everyone saw that Govardhan is looking like Krishna, and there are two hands Govardhan has, and with two hands Govardhan is picking up the mountains of chapati, and 1 minute he is just finishing all the chapatis. So Govardhan finished the heel of chapati, the heel of halwa, the lake of dal, the lake of sweet rice, the heel of puri, all that Govardhan immediately finished. And Govardhan shouted, Anyor, give me more. And then the Brajavasis, they all ran and they got more and more prasadam from different villages. They are all excited. It's like prasadam festival. So that is why we see Giriraj's offering also. We do many such offering. And Govardhan immediately eating everything. And that is why in Govardhan Parikrama Marg, there is a village called Anior. Anior, from Anior means give me more. Govardhan was so happy to accept the offering. And then one devotee, he offered, under Krishna's and Balaram's guidance, he offered a tulsi leaf with devotion to Govardhan, and taking that, Govardhan was completely satisfied. And he was so satisfied that he gave back everything. So that is why, you see, when Krishna is satisfied, he gives back more than what we have offered, actually. And all the Brajavasis, then they did Govardhan Parikrama by singing, dancing. So that time it was much more than this 21 kilometer or 15 miles, much more bigger circumference than that. And everyone was very happy, very joyful. There was a big festival. But there was one person, because all the gopis came because they thought that, okay, I'll see Krishna. So that is why all of them came, all the gopas came, all the cows came together. Everyone did the Govardhan Parikrama. Everyone was happy, joyful, but there was one person who was not happy. And he was really suffering. And that was Indra. That is why we see sometimes people can become envious in the same category, right? Somebody is singing, so that person can become envious. Somebody is cooking, he may not be envious on that, but a cook can be envious on another cook. A singer can be envious on another singer. A person, like that same field, people can be envious. So Indra become really envious and he is suffering. It says this envy is like a burning coal. If we hold it in our heart, it burns. And if we throw at somebody, that also burns. So, but it is glorified. Nowadays, people take pleasure. If somebody is envious of us, so what happened? People take pleasure. Oh, I have so much that this person is envious. Look at my power. But actually, it causes misery for everybody. It says there are two gates to hell. Greed and pride. And envy is said as the king of all the anarthas. So last, greed, anger, pride, delusion is included in in envy. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes that para dukhe sukhi, para sukhe dukhi. By seeing others' misery, one becomes happy. And by seeing others' happiness, one becomes miserable. Amar jivan sada papirata nahi kapuneralesha. So it is said, Bhaktivinoda Thakur in this song he is describing. So Indra, then report comes to Indra that this year there is no supply, there is no offering to you. So Indra becomes furious. What? Just no. And why did it happen? No, they offered by Krishna's suggestion. All the Brajavasis has offered your offering to Govardhan. Krishna said, what foolish! Look at the pride, impudency of these people. So if somebody is proud, then what happens? He sees pride everywhere. Just like sometimes we rotate on a very high speed, then what happens? After rotating also, we see everything around us is rotating. So similarly, if somebody has pride, he will see that everyone else has pride. So, Indra could not tolerate. He becomes very furious. And he orders that you destroy these Brajavasis. And after that, you destroy Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, and then you destroy this Krishna, impudent child. So just imagine, just because somebody did not offer prasadam, would somebody like to just destroy that person? How intelligent is that? It's a total foolishness. But Indra exactly was doing like that. So that is the nature of false pride. It can make one person totally blind. So we saw how Srila Prabhupada, how in Bhagavad Gita it was described 2.62 and 63. It was described, Dhayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangas Tesho Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vichayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Sammoha Smriti Vibhrama Smriti Bhramsad Buddhinasa Buddhinasat Pranashyati. We can exactly see this here in this incident. So he became, his lust is obstructed, then he became Krodha. Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha. He totally forgot that Krishna is my worshipable Lord. So Sambardhaka clouds, they actually said that are we needed for this? Because we are called when devastation takes place. Whole world is inundated. That is the time Sambardhaka is called. It is a special cloud. That cloud is there for at the time of devastation. Isn't it like too much for too little? But Indra is blind. He said, no, it doesn't matter. You destroy the whole world. I don't mind. He's so blinded. And then these clouds, Sambardhaka clouds, because they saw Krishna. When Krishna hold the throat of Trinavarta and went up, Krishna killed, right? Shakatashur, Trinavarta. Krishna killed Trinavarta. Trinavarta was a whirlwind demon. And Trinavarta took Krishna very high in the sky. And that time, Krishna hold Trinavarta's throat. And basically Trinavarta wanted to leave the child, but Krishna won't leave him. So once you have, I'm holding you, I'm not going to leave. So that time, these clouds, Samvartaka clouds, they have seen Krishna. They reminded Indra that, do you remember, Krishna is not ordinary, he is very powerful. He killed the Trinavarta. And we saw him at the time. Are you really sure you want to do it? So then Indra said, yes, this must be done. So please go and attack the Braja Mandal. So then these clouds of devastation, which are called actually at the time of devastation, they came and they started attacking Vrindavan. It said that that time the rain drops were like huge columns of rain. Instead of drop, it was columns of rain falling. And then all the Brajavasis, they immediately took shelter of Krishna. So this is one thing special about Brajavasis, that it is very natural for them to take shelter of Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho. So we can also, at our any difficult moment, we can take shelter of Krishna. How? By hearing Krishna Katha, by taking Krishna Naam, by doing association of devotees. See how Parikshit Maharaj, he took shelter of Krishna in the form of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, taking shelter of Krishna's devotees. What happens when we fall in a problem? The first thing we do is we leave the devotee association. We leave the devotees, we leave Krishna, the holy name. But here we can see the difference. The Brajavasis, they are taking shelter of Krishna when they are in danger. Similarly, like Parikshit Maharaj did, similarly we can also chant Krishna's name, take shelter of devotees. That is the best thing we can do when we are in a difficult situation. So Brajavasis, they ran to Krishna. Krishna, see, we are telling that Indra, let us worship Indra, and because you told, and see what has happened now. So please, protect us. So Krishna then immediately said, don't worry, I'll take care of everything. So Krishna started running. Where is running? So few of his friends saw Krishna is running. So they said, oh Kanna, where are you going? Krishna said, I am going to lift Govardhan mountain like an umbrella, and all of you can come underneath, under that. So then his friends said, are you mad or what? Govardhan hill he'll lift? It is a hill, it's not a small something. Krishna said that, don't worry, I'll do it. They said, no, you cannot do it. You're just saying like that. So then Krishna, just to give them assurance, what he did is there was a huge tree. He just Krishna bent that tree. He twisted that tree. Then the friend became convinced. They say, maybe you can also do. So basically the tree he bent, that tree is called Ter Kadamba. So basically that is where afterwards Krishna will do pastime. See, he did both. He showed his friends, see here I can bend, and also he prepared the tree for future pastime. So that so then Krishna started running, and Krishna went under the Govardhan. See, it's not that Krishna took some shovel and started digging. As Krishna is walking, running, immediately on the spot the tunnel is getting formed, and Krishna reaches under the Girirajji, Govardhan. And then Krishna, with the little finger in the left hand, so this is the weakest part of our body. First of all, left hand and the little finger. the weakest part. With that, he lifts Govardhan. So when Krishna wants to make somebody humble, he's like very thorough and precise on that. So Krishna showed that with the little finger of the left hand, I can lift Govardhan hill. And Govardhan becomes so ecstatic just by the touch of Krishna. So first thing what Govardhan did is Govardhan offered an asan to Krishna. So that is still there today. It took the form of a Shila. Now, so Krishna stood on that. And the Govardhan was in full ecstasy. It was so ecstatic. All the trees became ecstatic. And they became so ecstatic that the trees were trembling in ecstasy. And as they were trembling, the flowers was falling from the trees. And the tree became so big that they even crossed the heavenly planets. And they became huge and more beautiful. That heavenly, the garden, those trees became like ashamed seeing the beauty of Govardhan hills, the trees. And this Samvartaka clouds, they kept on showering, hitting. Indra himself came with a thunderbolt, is hitting. But not a single blade of grass even moved. Forget it being burnt or nothing fell. Not a single stone fell down. Not a single tree was uprooted. And on the top, there was Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna's chakra was there. And that was drying up all the rain on the spot. And Ananta Sesh was covering the empty part so that no water, if at all, can enter under the Govardhan hill. And Krishna invited everybody to come. And everybody entered. Krishna told them there is the whole Brahmand actually can come under this Govardhan. And it was all clean. There was no like insect or anything, snake, nothing was there. It was all clean, serene, more beautiful than actually the Vrindavan. Similar beauty was there under Govardhan hill. And the Krishna's Kaustubh Muni was shining like a sun inside. Everybody came. And it says that outside there was cloud, the Samvartaka clouds. And inside there was cloud in the form of Krishna. Ghanashyam. Krishna looks like a cloud which is about to rain. Very bright, shining color. So there was this cloud of Krishna. And outside there was rain. Inside also there was a rain of Krishna's Rupa Madhuri. And everyone was drinking Krishna. Because what happened so far, people could only, at certain time of the day, they could be with Krishna. So the Gopas, at night time, they used to wait. When will be morning and we can again play with Krishna. The gopis would wait the whole day till Krishna comes from Gocharan. The cows will be waiting at night. Mother Yashoda will be waiting for Krishna to return. Like that, nobody got 100% time. Everybody got a slice of the time and they would be waiting eagerly when that time will come. So, but under Govardhan Leela, under Govardhan for 7 days, 24/7, Krishna was there. And everybody could get Krishna's association. And when the gopis are glancing at Krishna, that glance, sidelong glance, is described as thunderbolts, lightning. Lightning. It is described as lightning. So, and all the elderly Gopas, they put their stick on the Govardhan hill. They said, "Oh, little Krishna is holding. Let me help. Let me help Krishna." So they are putting their stick on Govardhan hill, trying to help Krishna. And so Krishna is holding with the left hand the Govardhan Girirajji, and with the right hand he is playing the flute. And everybody is attracted, because when Krishna plays flute, what happens? The stones, they melt. The rivers, they stop flowing. The cows, they come running in the fifth note. So there is a special note for everybody. Krishna calls everybody. So Krishna is playing that flute under the Govardhan, and everybody is mesmerized. Then Madhumangal tells, "Oh Krishna, please stop playing the flute, because once you play the flute, the Govardhan may melt. What will happen then?" Krishna said, "Don't worry. Govardhan is very, very stable person and confidential devotee. He won't do like that." So, anyways, then Mother Yashoda is especially concerned. Oh Krishna, how you are holding? So then she was trying to put her hand, and she was telling, "Oh, you did not eat anything." So Mother Yashoda was trying to feed Krishna. So like that, the 7 days passed, and so each of these 7 days, Mother Yashoda would actually prepare 8 type of items every day to offer to Krishna. 8 type of items. So these 7 days, she could not properly offer just little food. That's why at the end she prepared 8 into 7, 56 items together and offered to Krishna. So that is why from there this Chappan Bhog concept comes. So why it's not 60, why it's not 65, 70? That is because 8 into 7 is 56. So 7 days, 8 items. So that's how we see in Jagannath Puri also Chappan Bhog offered. The Chappan Bhog concept comes from here. So, and then the Indra is trying his might. They're just pouring Sambartaka, and at the end of 7 days, everybody, all the Sambartaka, they're exhausted. They're almost like they're dead to exhaustion. So then Indra realizes that I could not even make a grass also move. Not a single stone was dislodged. And all these 7 days, the flower is falling, because all the trees are in ecstasy. And this flower was also failed to welcome the Brajavasis to come under the tree. So then Indra understood that he has done a really grave mistake. So Indra's pride was totally crushed. So Krishna did this lila to crush the pride of Indra and also to do the pastime with the Brajavasis. So end of the 7 days, then Krishna told everyone, okay, you can now leave and go to your places. And the sun already made everything dry, so everything was as it is. So when they were going, not a single drop of rain fell on them, nothing was wet. So they all went to their places. And Indra became very, very upset on himself that, look what I have done. So he went to his Gurudev, Brihaspati. So Brihaspati told, oh Indra, you are a fool. Look what you have done. Krishna is a supreme master. He is the source of even all the Vishnus. and you dare to offend him, you dare to try to kill his beloved Gopas, Gopis, his parents, his beloved Dham, Vrindavan. What you have done? This is not even in my range. Let's go to Lord Brahma. So they all go to Lord Brahma. And then Indra there takes shelter of Brahma and tells, I've done a very, very big mistake. And please tell me, what can I do? How can I rectify this? So this is one, when one really repents and does the right thing that has to be done, ask for forgiveness and not repeat the mistake. So that fire of repentance can burn the bad and negative qualities of a person. So Indra then, Brahma tells that the only thing you can do is, you have done such a big offense that you tried to kill the Brajavasis. It is best to take shelter of a devotee. You offended devotees, but you can get rid of that by taking shelter of devotees. So you approach Surabhi, because Krishna is very favorite. Cows are very favorite to Krishna. Krishna is known as Goloka Vrindavan, Goloka, where all the cows are there. Krishna is known as Govinda. Om Namo Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Govindaya Namo Namaha. Krishna is known as Govinda, who gives pleasure to the cows. So you take shelter of Surabhi Mata. And Mother Surabhi, with that, then you go Krishna. So Mother Surabhi approaches Krishna. Krishna purposefully goes little alone, because he understands that it will be too much painful for Indra to be humiliated in front of everyone. So he purposefully goes alone. We see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he defeats Keshav Kashmiri at lonely place, because they are so proud that they may not be able to accept the defeat in front of everyone. So Krishna was little alone, and then Surabhi approaches. Krishna is very happy to meet Surabhi, and Surabhi glorifies Krishna and does Abhishek. That is called Surabhi Kund near Govardhan. And then Surabhi says, at my behind is Indra. He is very repentant. Please forgive him. So then Krishna, of course, he forgives. And Indra says that I want to prove to the whole world that that you are the real Indra. So my dear Lord, I want to do a Abhishek to you. So that place near Govardhan, it is called Govind Kund. So at the bank of Govind Kund is Madhavendra Puri's Bhajan Kutir, where he used to do bhajan, where the Gopabalak came and Gopal gave him the pot of milk. So that is on the bank of Govind Kund. It's a very, very serene place, wonderful place at the bank of Govind Kund, very near to the Gopal Mandir temple at the top. So Indra did the Abhishek of Krishna to establish for forever that Krishna is the real Indra. And then after that, all the demigods, they leave, and they do the arti, and then they leave. And then all the cowherd friends of Krishna, they come, and they, with the same paraphernalia, they offer worship with a lot of love, in playing, in joking. And then Brahma, Indra, and everyone is so touched and surprised that they have the real devotion, and look at how much happy Krishna is, how wonderfully they are worshipping. So so that's why it is told that only by devotion can one know Krishna. Only by devotion. It says Namamishwaram Sad Chidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Go Kule Bhajamanam Yashodabhyo Lokha Labdhabamanam Paramishtam Atyan Tatadutta Gopya Rudantam Muhurnetra Yugmanam Mrijantam Karam Bhoja Yugmena Svatankanetram Muhushwashakampa Trirekhanka Kantha Stitagraivam Damodaram Bhakti Badham. So in Bhagavad Gita, that only by bhakti Krishna is bound, not by anything else. Srimad Bhagavad Gita also 11.54 it is said, Bhaktatva nanna sakhya aham evam vidorjuna gyatum drishtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha parantapa. So it says that my dear Arjun, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So what is the qualification of understanding Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam? It's not memory power. It is the bhakti. It is the devotion. It is the anasuyabe, non-enviousness. That is how one can understand the intricacies, the essence of the pastimes. So on this wonderful month of Damodar, on this holy day of Deepavali, Damodar, that is the day Damodar Lila happened, and then Govardhan, we can meditate on the pastime, and we can take shelter of more and more of Krishna Naam, Krishna Seva, Krishna Katha, because this time is very, very precious. And Deepavali means almost half of Kartik is gone. Only half is remaining. 2 weeks is gone, only 2 weeks is remaining. So you should take full advantage. It says, if somebody offers a lamp, does devotional service, he gets Krishna Prem, pure devotion to Krishna, and he does not need to come back to this world. So we should take full advantage of this month, which is blessed by Srimati Radharani. And we can increase our devotional service. So I thank you everyone for your time. And anything good and inspiring, it is only due to Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Vaishik Prabhu. Anything inappropriate, that's due to me, and I beg forgiveness for that. So at this point, anybody has any questions? Otherwise, we'll conclude. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Damodar Lila ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Shri Shri Giriraj Ji Govardhan ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Giridhari ki jai. Shri Ji Gopal Ji Maharaj ki jai. जय श्री गिरिराज जी गोवर्धन की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा. हरि बोल.